Field for match day 1 of the 2015 U.S. Soccer U-17 Women's NTC Invitational. Today's second match features the United States taking on Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem of Mexico, followed by the national anthem of the United States.
The players may be different, but the rivalry is still the same. USA versus Mexico, especially at the U-17 level, as the USA will look for a measure of revenge after getting knocked out of last year's U-17 World Cup by this Mexico side. I talked to head coach B.J. Snow before the game, and he said the players know about the rivalry, but you don't really know until you've lived it. Well, they're going to live it tonight in what we expect to be a very good game here in the nightcap at the second annual NTC Invitationals. We had a shocker in the first game, Japan, who bought their U-16 team as they do not have a U-17 program, and all their players were playing their first ever game in a national team jersey, ran through Canada 8-0, running absolutely rampant. Canada had no answer. So warning sign already signaled out, but these two teams won't worry about it as the USA are hoping for a picture-perfect night against their rivals to the south. And for the USA, only Taliaferri is on the side, was in the side that lost to Mexico in that penalty shootout in the 2013 CONCACAF Championships. And on the other side, Hernandez and Rodriguez and Aguirre were all in the squad that were able to beat the U.S. on penalties and go to the World Cup, where they eventually fell in the quarterfinals 2-0 to Japan. So the captains are at the center line. Well, the USA's huddled up, have had 2 games in late August and early September in South Korea, winning 4-1 and 7-0. And in that match, Spanstra had 2 goals, 1 in each game, and Ashley Sanchez had hat tricks in both games despite playing less than 45 minutes in each of them. So a very productive trip, followed by a camp held in January from the 3rd through the 10th in Lakeland Ranch, Florida. That included a 9-0 win over Orlando FC. But this is now the true litmus test of where this USA team is coming into 2015 with their first of 3 matches in 6 days here at the 2nd annual NTC Invitational. The USA in their traditional all-white kits, Mexico in their alternate red and black. 3 players from the United States on this Mexico side, 2 of them out on the field right now. Kimberly Rodriguez, number 3, who plays for the Texas Rush, as well as Montserrat Hernandez, 15-year-old. Or not her, beg your pardon, Mariana Maldonado, who is from right here in LA and played for Slammers SC. So we're all set for kickoff as the CONCACAF rivalry is renewed. And right away, that is Montserrat Hernandez looking for the ball, but it's headed out by Pickett. And the U.S. early in training this week worked on high pressure, and you can see it there as they win the ball in midfield and look to get forward quickly. There will be a throw-in on the far side for Mexico. Alma Lopez to take the throw. Trying to launch it forward, headed away. And it's another good header from Pickett. Smartly bought to the ground by Pinto, earning her first cap tonight. Brianna Pinto out of Durham, North Carolina, plays her club ball with CASL, or Castle as it's known. Christopher Cuellar on the Mexican bench. We're pleading for higher pressure, but the USA able to work it out of the back. And they try and get it forward. This is a U.S. side in their 2 games in South Korea, 11 goals for and just 1 against. In fact, in the 2nd game against South Korea, they scored in the 1st and 2nd minutes, so they're looking for the same kind of start here tonight. There's Pascal's ball, too short. Montserrat Hernandez steps in front of Pickett. Pickett doing well to recover. Montserrat Hernandez works her way in the corner, and Pickett shields her out of bounds. Still a chance, though, for Mexico to lock in, as the U.S. will look to work their way out of the back. Hint of handball. Referee lets it go. And it's stolen away. Mexico looking for that early ball up to their target, ladies. U.S. repel it on this occasion. Still, neither side has been able to really put the ball on the ground and start to pass it around. As the U.S. will look to swing it around the back. Pickett showing out wide. And the ball played by Pascal is not the best. Out of bounds for a throw-in. Mexico will look to Hernandez to get down this near side as often as possible and swing the ball in. Hernandez, one of the 3 remaining players on this 20-woman roster that played in the U-17 World Cup. And that's incredible skill from Jordan Taylor. And a great ball in from Rachel Jones to the far post. And just missing it was the U.S. attack. But that's what Rachel Jones brings to the table. Already 3 assists in her first 2 caps over in South Korea, Rachel Jones. And you can see her vision there. And it was a great bit of skill from Jordan Taylor to get that ball to her. As once again, the U.S. will use their safety valve and their goalkeeper, Brooke Bollinger. Good distribution from Bollinger. And it skips over to Taylor. Has Pickett overlapping her, and Jones wants it slipped in. Can Jones get there before the keeper? Aguirre gets there first. Great run, though, from Rachel Jones. And a good counterattack from the U.S. Aguirre, a non-playing member of that U-17 World Cup. 15-year-old plays her club ball with Ejidos Pachuca. And Pickett steps in front of Hernandez. This is the captain, Torres. Little ball off, and a beautiful ball played through by Sanchez. Looking for Spanstra. Spencer catches up to it. Play it in the middle. Oh, and Aguirre able to push it around the post. That should have been the opening goal for the U.S. Lovely combination play, though, as they open up Mexico for the second time tonight. The first corner kick of the game coming up here. So it'll be an in-swinger on the near side. And the U.S. will look to play it short. Trying to draw Mexican players out of the box. As Mexico is wise to it. Pickett wins it again. Swings in an early cross. Nobody making the run, and chasing it down is Aguirre. Looked like she didn't want to let it go out for a goal kick, but unable to get to it in time. Still Mexico's ball. Mexico running 2 against 7. U.S. doing a good job to get numbers behind the ball. Now playing through the midfield as Mexico continue to get numbers up. But Pickett's over and cover well. Alexandra Martinez getting set to take this throw in. 16-year-old plays for the Selección Chiapas. Turned 16 just last Thursday. Pinto is chasing. And a free kick is won as Torres was brought to ground. Quickly paid to Pickett. Pinto checks in, instead it goes to the middle. Turning is Sanchez. Took one touch too many. Had she played that ball a second earlier, it would have been on down the far side. And instead it's Mexico coming the other way through Hernandez. Montserrat Hernandez looking for that space, and Pickett will give her an inch. Kiara Pickett from the Camarillo Eagles getting her 3rd cap tonight after playing in both matches in South Korea. Pinto does well to get there first. North Carolina native slides it into the middle. Pickett showing out wide. And Hernandez was there, but at the expense of a throw-in. Both Pinto and Jordan Taylor earning their first caps tonight. Talk about being thrown into the fire against the USA's favorite rival. As it's 0-0 here in the 8th minute on ussoccer.com. Mark Serber with you for the U-17 NTC Invitational. Hope you're enjoying our coverage tonight. Thank you for joining us. As the U.S. had a golden opportunity, but Aguirre made a wonderful save to push the ball around the post at full stretch. It looked to be Sanchez in the middle. Was getting ready to score what would have been her 7th goal already. Oh, that's a great early run from Jones. That ball played with a bit too much mustard, and Gary's going to get there first, but it's out of her box. And safety first from the Mexican keeper. And rightly so. Kiara Pickett pinching forward. And in fact, she's going to take the throw-in. And it will be the second corner kick of the game for the U.S. Both teams strong and physical. No real height advantage to either one. And once again, an in-swinger from the near side. This time it won't be played short. Flung into the box, far post. Just bypassing the head of a few U.S. players who were crashing that back stick. And Mexico wins a throw-in on the far side. Alma Lopez coming over to take. The Estudiantes defender. Gets it forward for Delgado, wearing the captain's armband. Delgado fights her way past one challenge and wins the throw-in. As it went off of the U.S.'s captain, Taryn Torres. Hernandez has seen a lot of the ball in the early going. Leaves it off from Martinez. And now Mexico starting to roll it around on the floor. The long ball cleared away. And good chasing, and it looked like it had hit off the back, but the referee says it's a handball instead. So it'll be a free kick to Mexico in the 11th minute. Still 0-0, the best chance falling to Ashley Sanchez, but her point-blank shot was well saved by Aguirre, who had a strong enough palm to push it around the post. And Bollinger came out calling for it, and instead it's played out of the back. Jordan Taylor turns. Pickett screaming hold, and the run opens up the lane inside. Gorgeous ball coming in behind, and the flag is up on the near side. Coming in just a step too quickly was Rachel Jones, looking for her first goal in a U.S. jersey. Just a fraction offside. Timing run so crucial. But it was a brilliant delayed run behind the back shoulder of the defender, and great vision by Jordan Taylor to spot it. Perfectly weighted ball as well. May seem a bit chaotic at times, but the U.S. have had the better of the play through the first 12 minutes. Certainly in terms of chances. Space for Jordan Taylor. Martinez trying to recover. Taylor trying to beat her to the end line. Cuts back. Taylor's in. Squares it. Still some space at the top of the box. And that's a clean challenge. And perhaps Taylor should have been more selfish there and taken that one in herself. Great run, though, by Jordan Taylor, causing problems early on. As Martinez uncharacteristically misses that one. And Pickett causing problems once again, forcing Aguirre to clear it. Beautiful ball right to Hernandez. Brings it down on the chest. Oh, and a miscue there. And Pinto gives it off to Pickett. Floats it toward the back post. And it goes all the way through. Oh, and good work in the box, but just too many Mexican defenders there crowding it out as it's once again swung over to the far side. Oh, and a beautiful work to weave around space and open it up for the shot, and it's 1-0 U.S. in the 14th minute. What a sweet strike that was. Ashley Sanchez kills it instantly and then waltzes her way through the Mexican defense and finishes off with a perfectly placed shot. Absolutely nothing Miriam Aguirre could do there. And it's the home side who lead 1-0. Quickly to Hernandez. Pickett has done so well to step in the passing lanes early and deny Hernandez that space.
And
this is the goal scorer, Sanchez.
In the 14th minute by number 15, Ashley Nicole Sanchez. The score is USA 1,
Hernandez.
Mexico 0.
And Hernandez looking for that early ball forward up toward the target. Espinosa brings it down. As Hernandez once again. And Hernandez is crossed too close to Bollinger, who will take those all day. Good distribution out wide. Spanstra flying up that other wing. Now decides to take the inside route. Pinpoint onto the foot of Jordan Taylor. Gets it back to Pascal. Pickett gave a great angle there to get that ball. Lose it back, and now it's a foot race. And Pascal gets there before Zaragoza. Plenty of time for Bollinger. And the U.S. looking to pass their way out of traffic. B.J. Snow in his second cycle with the team after being the first ever coach to take the job full time. And he's got his squad off and running here. It's Pickett up from her outside back position once again. Chance for their second goal. And the U.S. have a 2-0 lead inside 16 minutes. It's Sanchez again. Great run by Pickett, cuts inside. And that's pinpoint perfection personified there from Sanchez. Touch, looks up, picks out her spot, and chips Aguirre, who was caught off her line. Martinez. Can Mexico find a response? Flipped over the top from Maldonado.
Goal scored for
but
the
LA
United
native
States
unable to
in the
find
16th minute
Hernandez.
by number 15, Ashley Nicole Sanchez.
Sanchez
The score is United
now with
States
8 goals
2,
in her
Mexico
last 2
0.
games in 17 minutes. And remember, she didn't even play in the majority of both those games in South Korea. She's already on a hat trick here. And the throw-in hits off the flag and goes out for a goal kick. Fortune favoring the U.S. there. Don't want to ever have a throw-in right in front of your own corner flag. And instead, Bollinger can elect to smash this one out if she wants or keep possession. Well, it was Sanchez with the gorgeous finish, but it was the great run by Pickett coming up to open up that space and lay that ball into her. As this one's clipped over the top, looking for the run of Jones. Solid defending. Unable to find Hernandez, though, but Pickett's there once again. On a wonderful turn by Ashley Sanchez, even though she had slipped, plays in Spanstra, but the offside flag is up. Referee lets it go, though, as it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. So the U.S. looking to add to their 2-0 lead here in the 18th minute. Day 1 here of the second annual NTC Invitational at Glenn Mooch Marinick Field. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here on ussoccer.com. As the U.S. getting to those 50-50 balls. So that's a heavy challenge, but a fair one in midfield. And Spencer's off and running again. Nice overlap on the far side. That's a good ball in, trying to get inside, but unable. Sanchez, during our technical difficulties, could have had a hat trick, but another huge save from Aguirre, much in the same vein as the first one. As now it's the U.S. on the back foot, leading just 2-1. Pascal turns and switches it to the far side. Rodriguez played it back to Bollinger. Good ball in for Pinto. Heavy touch, gives it back to the Mexicans. Brought down by Hernandez. And Hernandez looking forward to get on the end of this second ball. Pickett with the clearance. Taylor having a great start to her U.S. career here, looking to play it through, and the flag is going to go up as Jones was a step ahead once again. Second time that Taylor's played a good ball through, and Jones has gone just a bit too early. And it's not all 100% on Jones there, as Taylor should play that ball a step sooner as well. It's just about the two of them getting their timing right and getting on the same page. But it's been a combination that's looked dangerous, only thwarted by the referee's assistant. Sanchez. Jones turning and able to get the ball out wide. Spanstra, beautiful turn from her. Leaves it off for Haber. Back to the top of the box, and the deflection took the sting out of it, but it is the fourth corner kick of the game for the U.S. looking to restore their 2-goal lead. And it was a great overlap from Harbor that opened up that space. She came in underneath, was able to slide that ball in for the shot. And Sanchez coming over to take. Mexico wise to the short corner, so this one's going to be an in-swinger into the box. Sanchez playing this one to the near post. Mexico able to clear their lines. And they could be in business here on the counterattack. Hernandez had a great job by the captain, Torres, to get back, at least poke it away so more U.S. players can get behind the ball. And good tracking back by Taylor as well. So it'll be a throw-in for Pickett in the 28th minute. USA leading 2-1. 2 goals by Sanchez in the space of about 5 minutes. And then Mexico answered back with a free kick from Alexia Delgado. Delgado, who plies her trade at the Center for Excellence in Guadalajara. As Mexico's getting ready to make an early substitution. Aguirre taking all 6 seconds. But Spanstra gets to the loose ball first. Space opening up once again as the USA creating off the dribble. Sanchez walks in and puts it over the net. All she had to do was push that beyond the keeper, but perhaps a bit too fancy on that occasion. But what a run that was from Sanchez. Realizing that the center backs were looking at the pass, walked through and tried to scoop it. And had that come off, it would have been beautiful, but instead, it's a goal kick for Mexico as Alexandra Martinez has come off. And replacing her is Jimena Lopez from Lone Star. So the 16-year-old is in. And Martinez's night is done early. Has to be an injury. Or else Christopher Cuellar was just not happy with the way Pickett was getting around her, as well as Taylor. Another throw in an offensive territory for the U.S. on the half-hour mark. Leading Mexico 2-1 on 2 goals by Sanchez. That ball went out, so it'll just be a goal kick. Rachel Jones working hard once again. She's almost breached the back line on 2 occasions, only to be a step offside. Jones had 3 assists in the 2 games against South Korea, but the way she's playing tonight, it looks like she's going to get on the score sheet before she becomes the architect of another goal. Good job by Hernandez to keep it in. It's the goal scorer, Delgado. Sanchez. Not this time for Sanchez. And Aguirre, a good first touch to get it away from Sanchez, but a poor ball out of the back. And it falls kindly for Sanchez. Sanchez took her time, though, needs to play that in a bit quicker. And Hernandez turns Pickett. Walks inside and tried to play it through. Instead, it will end with Spanstra. U.S. doing a good job to open the field as Rodriguez plays it over to Pascal. Pascal was looking long. The short option closed down, and Pascal has to recycle her run. Now it's swung over by Taryn Torres. Inside for Spanstra. It's a foot race to the ball over the top. And getting there first was Rodriguez. So throwing for Mexico, but a great job by Karina Rodriguez there not to get beat on the long ball. It's 32 minutes in, and Mexico still don't have a corner kick in this game. They do have a goal, though, courtesy of a brilliant free kick from Alexia Delgado. This time go out for a goal kick. So a chance for the USA to get out of their defensive end. This is the first of 3 games in 6 days for both teams. Be back in action on Friday night as Mexico will face off against the Japan side that not only knocked them out of the World Cup in the quarterfinals of the U-17 tournament last year, but just beat Canada 8-0 in the first game today. And then the USA in the nightcap will play Canada. Great tackle by Pinto to step in and win that ball. Sparing Jordan Taylor her blushes after she was caught in possession. That's going to be another free kick in a dangerous position. Not a shooting position, but one where Hernandez can swing this one in. As you see the run from Lopez. And Pinto came flying in and got more of Lopez in the ball. Challenge deemed a bit too meaty for Daniele Chesky, center referee for this evening's match. As Delgado standing over the ball. In fact, it's Kimberly Rodriguez. Rodriguez, that's a beautiful ball to the back post, and a tremendous save from Bollinger. That one looked destined for the far corner, and Bollinger at full stretch, able to get something on it. Rodriguez teased that one in perfectly, and the header placed well, but Bollinger to the rescue, and Mexico get their first corner of the game. And Captain Torres looking on. U.S. cannot allow Mexico to win headers in their box. In-swinger from the near side in the 34th minute. Mexico win the first header. U.S. has to get out quickly, and they do enough to block the shot. And safety first for the U.S., just trying to catch their breath as they've been under the cosh here in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Hernandez trying to get around Pickett, and Pickett did just enough to put Hernandez off. Hernandez wanted the free kick. Center referee Daniele Chesky not interested. Bollinger switching sides once again before taking the goal kick. Pascal. Jordan checks into the space. Great ball from Jordan Taylor for Pickett. However, Pickett wins the throw-in, unable to get by the challenge, though, of Kimberly Rodriguez. Rodriguez did well to quell that counterattack, but Mexico with some work still to do here. Spanstra on the far side. Sanchez checking in the top of the box. Spanstra walks the end line, and the ball went out of bounds before she could play it back across goal. Only had 2 jerseys to find in the middle anyways. But good work from Spanstra. Torres wins it in midfield. Oh, and an ill-advised ball, and the break could be on here for the Mexicans. Hernandez running one-on-one, takes the shot. And a good job to get a block on. Mexico looking to keep possession. Tenacious defending, though, from the U.S. And they're able to get it clear. And that's a heavy challenge. Jones was looking up for the foul. The referee deemed that the defender had gotten to the ball first and got something on it. It was Rodriguez stepping in, able to get a piece of it. Otherwise, Jones was off to the races. And it's Hernandez who's been cutting inside more. And a long shot trying to catch Bollinger off her line, but nothing to concern her in the end. Inside the final 10 minutes of first half normal time here on USsoccer.com. Mark Serber with you. The USA have a 2-1 lead over Mexico on a brace by Sanchez. Mexico replied on a free kick through Delgado. And it's been an evenly balanced game ever since. Both teams have had other chances, but both keepers have come up trumps. And this time Aguirre didn't have to do too much. Hernandez is shaping out to this near side. And Rodriguez steps inside the challenge. However, the ball for Hernandez. Played a bit too far and out of bounds. Throw in for Pickett. Taylor. Well, she's been able to turn her defenders all evening long. However, Jimena Lopez has done a good job in place of Alexandra Martinez. Perhaps that early sub was tactical to keep Pickett and Taylor at bay. Ashley Sanchez won that ball in midfield. And Taryn Torres able to play it back for Rodriguez. Aaron header coming off of Alma Lopez. Gives the ball to the U.S. deep in Mexico territory. And Spanstra is waiting for somebody to check. Ashley Sanchez finally does. Mexico able to clear, but another throw-in for the U.S. on what is the main training field for all U.S. teams here at the National Training Center. Dedicated in honor of Glenn Mooch-Marinick, who not only had 10 caps, but was also the assistant coach to Bruce Arena in the 2002 and 2006 World Cups, as well as being the caretaker head coach in the 2005 Gold Cup final when Bruce Arena was suspended. Also took the Colorado Rapids to the finals of the U.S. Open Cup and the MLS Cup in 1999, but falling at both hurdles. But Marinick, before dying tragically, had contributed so much to the game and to the growth of U.S. soccer. And it's on his field that these players are looking to thrive as Taylor finds some space in the channel. Still going Taylor. Tremendous skill from Taylor. And Taylor's got to get off her foot eventually. Almost did it at the perfect opportunity, but just a bit too much. And the U.S. unable to keep possession, although they win it back as it's cleared right to Rodriguez. And Torres pushes it out wide. Little touch forward for Spanstra. Has 3 players waiting in the middle. However, the double team from Mexico wins the ball in the corner. Inside the final 5 minutes of first half normal time. If the USA could nick a goal here, it would give them some breathing room heading into the locker room on day 1 here at the 2nd annual NTC Invitational. Not only points, but goals will be so crucial now that Japan not only beat Canada, but beat them 8-0. His goals for is the tiebreaker after points, goal differential. And ball played inside. Ashley Sanchez able to get on the end of it. This time Jones is onside. Jones coming in, bearing down one-on-one with Aguirre. Did well to make herself as big as possible. Jones never really had an angle. But Jones did well on that occasion to hold her run. Timed it to perfection. Just couldn't apply the finish thanks to the great goalkeeping of Aguirre. What an opportunity that would have been. Zaragoza. In the middle. 2 players pouring forward on either side. And a chance for Zaragoza, top of the box. And Pinto steps in well to win it. Poor clearance, though. Falls right to a Mexican player on the far side. And Bollinger, safety first, as she was just off her line. And that one looked like it was about to dip over her. First, I think she thought she could catch it. And then realized she didn't really have the angle. And it's the 2nd corner kick of the game for La Tri. Mexico looking to use a 2nd set piece to equalize. As the referee is telling Maldonado to hurry up. Bollinger directing her defense. Seems pretty happy with where everyone is, despite the fact that she has a player standing right on her. Zaragoza trying to cause her problems. Bollinger came out and didn't get it, but a false kindly for the U.S. Clear. Still work to do here, though, for the U.S. A long shot blocked, and that's why you come out and charge down. And it'll be a 3rd corner kick, but the U.S. doing a good job not to allow clear opportunities for the Mexicans. There's the earlier shot. Bollinger just not sure, and when you're not sure, just make sure to punch it away. The U.S. have to be aware of not only getting the ball out of the box, but Caceres is placed about 5 yards out of the top of the box, should have come out. It doesn't fall to her. What a shot that is, but straight at Bollinger, who did well to see it through traffic. And it was Delgado who was looking for her second. Torres. Pascal. Picks her head up looking for the run of Jones. Just unable to get it over the head of the last defender. Pickett gets it right back after a bit of pinball. Slips it through for Jones, and the offside flag goes up against her for the third time. As we're in the final minute of first half normal time. I was hearing some talk there might be 2 minutes, but we'll wait for confirmation of how much stoppage time there will be at the end of the half. Christopher Cuellar barking instructions in his charges. Cuellar played his college ball at St. Mary's, then actually was working as an accountant's assistant in Beverly Hills. Decided he missed the game, and that's when his dad, Leo Cuellar, called him up and said, "Would you like to be my assistant?" He started as a volunteer and has worked himself all the way up to coach, as Jones took one right to the face and still down Jones, and Chesky doing the right thing to stop the game and call the trainers on right away because it's a head injury. Just fearless, these girls, as Jones getting in front of that. Don't know she knew too much about it. Jones walking off, certainly a little stunned, but she looks to be okay. She's been a live wire all evening. Was in one-on-one against Aguirre, but Aguirre played the angle really, really well. And it would have taken something special for Jones to beat her on that breakaway. Otherwise, she's almost gotten behind the defense on 3 other occasions, only to see the offside flag go up against her. And the referee's assistant was right on all 3 occasions as well. Caceres screaming for the ball. Pickett steps in front of it. Pickett again, back from Sanchez. Beautifully weighted ball over the top for Taylor. Taylor trying to slip it inside and rather played it in behind the run of Spanstra. A minute of stoppage time has elapsed. 2 minutes were signaled. Ball floated in toward the back post, just over the head of Spanstra, and Aguirre wanting to get to it before it goes out of bounds for a goal kick again, but unable to rescue it in time. As Jones coming back to the middle and gets the referee's permission to come back in, as Aguirre lines up to take this goal kick. Jones 3 assists so far, but no goals in a national team jersey. Still very early in this cycle, though. This team has only had 3 camps. Pickett. Oh, bowled over. She played that one. The referee not impressed. And that is how the first half will end, with that cross going into the hands of Aguirre, who's been sensational. Otherwise, the USA's lead could be a lot more, but at halftime, they lead 2-1. 2 goals from Ashley Sanchez for the U.S. was countered by a gorgeous free kick from Alexia Delgado. And we have a game on our hands here. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We'll be back with you for the final 45 minutes as U.S. and Mexico is giving us what it always promises.
Are you online?
Yeah, we're on.
I'll give you. We're gonna kick in a minute.
Perfect. Perfect. And I'll look at you again for it.
Sure.
Good luck. See you in the end. Yeah.
What's up? Mom, any substitutions?
Two to one heading into the final 45 minutes. Ashley Sanchez with the brace for the U.S. And then Alexia Delgado with a free kick from about 25 yards out, giving Mexico some hope and putting them right back into this game, as we've got a battle on our hands here in the final 45 minutes in the nightcap here at the U-17 NTC Invitational. U.S. had their chances. Aguirre made some great saves. And at the other end, Bollinger made one tremendous flying save to keep out a header from going into the upper corner.
Good job with
As we have a substitution to start the second half.
Got it. 23 for 9.
And checking into the game is going to be number 23, Sydney Zanditter, in her third cap. And she is replacing Kiara Pickett, who had an excellent first half. And Kiara Pickett and Taylor Jordan were running Alexandra Martinez absolutely ragged, and Christopher Quellier smartly took her off in about the 27th, 28th minute. And from then on, Mexico was able to gain some semblance of control in this game. And since then, it's been a pretty even battle. But Pickett is off and Zandy is on, and the second half is underway. First game this afternoon was between Japan and Canada, and Japan won 8-0, a result that no one expected. Everyone knows that Japan is good, but so is Canada. And it was just an unbelievable display from the Japanese. Can't wait to see what they do against Mexico on Friday afternoon, and then playing the U.S. on Sunday evening. Next game for the USA will be against Canada. It'll be interesting to see how Canada bounces back from such a heavy defeat. A smart ball played short. Caceres is chasing and doing a good job to ride the challenge and let the ball go out of bounds is Harbor. Harbor looking for options on the throw-in. Torres is closed off. Spanster checked in. Now comes Jones. And Jones brings it down in chest, gets it back to Harbor. And the U.S. playing themselves into a little bit of trouble, but a great job by Rodriguez to dribble herself out of it. Now Spanstra. Well, she had the goalkeeper there. Instead, it goes back to Rodriguez, and she'll get it to Bollinger. And now Bollinger will try and relieve the pressure by getting it to the other side. Good high press from Mexico to start this second half. Harbor comes up the line. It allows Sanchez to check into that pocket. Now trying to play it through for Jones. Jones is in a foot race, 1v1. And Jones able to get there first and tap it off of Rodriguez. The assistant referee, though, singles for a goal kick. And good ball in, but Rodriguez over and cover. Such a strong player, Rodriguez, the 16-year-old who's based in Houston, plays for the Texas Rush, and was a member of Mexico's U-17 World Cup team in Costa Rica. That fell to the Japan side that they're going to face on Friday. So Aguirre, who's come up with some huge saves in the first half with the goal kick. Pinto is fighting for it, taken off of Hernandez. Hernandez played the first half on this near side, doing the same in the second. Spanstra, lovely ball into the channel. Harbor catches up to it, takes a touch to get in, and tipped away for the 5th corner kick of the game for the U.S., first of this second half. And the U.S. trying to play it quickly, and the referee wasn't happy with the placement of the ball. I can't believe they're letting that go. That ball's about 1.5 yards outside the arc. It was a good ball served in, but Mexico have pretty much won the aerial battle in both boxes so far. Trying to get free on the far side, and instead it will be a goal kick as Pinto runs out of space. The 14-year-old has looked strong so far in her first outing. Aguirre's goal kick. Roll all the way out of bounds on the far side. It'll be a throw in for the substitute Zandi. Little flick on from Delgado. Delgado wants it back, but now Hernandez has popped up on the far side. Wins the throw-in. And now the referee wants the ball to be thrown in back where the ball actually went out of bounds. There's a stoppage in play as Bollinger has to go all the way to the far corner to retrieve it. Throw and played right at Zandi. Inside for Torres. Shaping out wide is Sanchez. Looking to combine with Harbor. Harbor, great touch to rescue the situation and plays it through for Jones. This time she's onside, but Rodriguez gets there first once again. Jones keeps it in. Looking to get off the cross. Brought down neatly on the chest, but unable to weave her way through. And Mexico able to clear their lines. 2 against 7 going forward. And the U.S. showing their numerical superiority in that pace, winning the ball back. As Harbor inches forward once again and just ran out of real estate. I have a feeling you just want it to be a step quicker from the U.S. The ideas are there and so are the passes, but they're taking an extra touch or an extra second, and it's allowing Mexico to close them down. They have a throw in here, though. Harbor getting forward once again. Rodriguez looking on, and that has to be a free kick. And it is, as the captain was sent to the canvas. Torres looking over toward BJ Snow. And Torres is going to leave this one off for Sanchez. Scorer of both goals, looking to turn provider here. Teases it into the mix. Mexico win the header once again. Still trying to get it out, Caceres. And Caceres did just enough. Mexico attacking at pace. Caceres working 1-on-4. A heavy touch was perfectly read by Harbor. Harbor now working on our opposite number. And Harbor looking for the return ball. Sanchez wanted to play in the middle. Instead plays it through and a bit too long. And once again there was that hesitation. Both Sanchez and Jones were in. Or excuse me, Harbor and Jones were in. And if she picked out the pass a little earlier, it wouldn't have needed so much weight on it, and it wouldn't have allowed Aguirre to get to it. Harbor wins it over Caceres. And Spenstra unable to get it by Alma Lopez. The Estudiantes defender will take the throw-in. 53rd minute from the National Training Center. The first match for both of these teams in the second annual NTC Invitational. USA with a 2-1 lead, all 3 goals coming in the first half. First, Ashley Sanchez with a brace, and then Alexia Delgado with a free kick to pull Mexico back into it, and they're looking for the equalizer here. Ball played to the top of the box, and just a bit too far on that last touch, trying to set up the shot, allows the U.S. to clear their lines. The referee not happy with that challenge, otherwise the U.S. would have been off and running. But instead, Jordan Taylor's whistled for the foul. And Mexico trying to take it quickly. This is the 3rd restart in succession that the referee has bought back. And she's poised like she could shoot, but the better option would be to clip it over the top. Instead, it is the shot. And Bollinger just puts a hand up to make absolutely sure, but she always knew it was going to be a goal kick. U.S. content to try and build out of the back here in the 55th minute. The direct ball looking for the run of Jones. BJ Snow's been really happy with the way she's played the number 9 position so far. Great work from Jones to create a little bit of space for herself for the shot. And Aguirre bobbled it, but it was never really going to harm her in the end. Good work by Jones, though. Good improvisation to create that little half yard of space. Maybe the shot not the best option, but still something out of nothing at a time when Mexico's defense has really shut things down. Another beautiful turn, this one from Pinto. Now Pinto racing forward. Pinto trying to turn away from the pressure. Torres stabs it out wide. Rodriguez getting forward. And Sanchez took it just a bit too far, but it falls kindly for Pinto. Pinto steps past first lady, looking for the shot, and that one closed down too. As once again, the shot was on, 1 split second late, and it closed down. But a great work from Pinto, right down the heart of the Mexican defense. Shielded out for a goal kick. USA with the 2-1 lead in the 56th minute. Mark Serber with you here on USsoccer.com. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the second annual NTC Invitational as the USA and Mexico putting on another classic. This game, nicely balanced, could still go either way. The U.S. had their chances. Were knifing Mexico open in the beginning of the game, but were unable to finish. A couple offsides. And as Mexico grew into the game and scored off the free kick from Delgado, and it's been an even battle ever since. The U.S. will have a chance from a set piece of their own. Let me take a look. Jordan Taylor, who's caused problems off the dribble all night, winning the free kick. Mexico about to hit the switch on their second substitution. As it's going to be Vania Garcia coming in. And she's going to replace Caceres. And the 15-year-old Caceres doesn't have a club team, hoping to use this tournament to convince somebody to take her. And she certainly has put in a good 57-minute shift tonight. But now it's Vania Garcia's turn to show what she can do. Harbor getting forward once again and clipping it right at Aguirre. Ball needs to be pulled back across, and Harbor knows. And Aguirre taking all 6 seconds almost every time she has the ball to allow her players to get forward. But the U.S. win it back in midfield. Pinto Zandy trying to send it in early. Headed away before Jones could get to it. A nice triangle combination to get out of the pressure by Mexico. Ball too easily telegraphed. Great positioning from Harbor to win it. And now the U.S. pouring forward. Sanchez rides one challenge, tried to play it through. It's still going is Spanstra. Spanstra, Aguirre gets there before Aguirre's down. Mexican defenders doing well to close down and not allowing a shot off before Aguirre could recover. And Harbor gets back. Spanstra fighting. Able to win that ball off of Vanny Garcia. Vanya told to pressure. Can't get there in time though. And this is Spanstra. She's cut inside. It allows for the overlap from Harbor, but that ball just a bit too overcooked. And it will go out for a throw-in. As here's the earlier chance. And it's Spanstra getting in, never giving up on the ball. But goalkeepers have to be brave, and Aguirre was just that. As it looks like Zaragoza took a shot to the face. And if the referee sees it, she needs to stop play right away, but instead she lets it go. And Zaragoza, rather, is okay. And that's a perfect ball played through. Aguirre gets there before Spanstra. Spanstra got something on it, though. Can she turn it in time? Just missed it. But coming in is Sanchez, lays it off in the middle, and nobody making the run through. Harbor turning away from the pressure, elects to keep it, now gives it off to the captain, Torres. Rodriguez. Harbor getting lucky there, coming in, and then cleared away, so thrown right in front of the U.S. bench on the hour mark. U.S. holding on to a 2-1 lead, looking to expand it and try and pull away from Mexico here. Mexican defense has been resolute, though, since giving up those 2 quick-fire goals to Ashley Sanchez early in the game. And this is Torres. Torres trying to weave her way through. Spanstra, beautiful first touch to get inside. Second to create space for herself, and you could see what she was trying to do. Curl that ball to the far upper corner, but unable to wrap her foot around it. Still another great run from Spanstra. BJ Snow telling me earlier this week that Spanstra has the best mentality he's seen. Said she's one of the most coachable players he's ever had, and she never gives up, and you could see that there, the way she got that ball, fought for it, and was just unable to finish in the end. Good job to win that ball. Jones is in, lobs the keeper. Also beats the crossbar, however, otherwise that would have been 3-1 as Jones is still looking for her first goal. But another great run for Jones and a great early ball over the top of the Mexican defense. This is a U.S. team that is not only tactically and technically proficient, but they're very, very smart. You can see that in the way they play those early passes. Zandy trying to open up on the far side. It's all a bit narrow, though. It's now Pinto facing a little bit of pressure in the center circle. Able to find Rodriguez. Harbor has been much more adventurous in this second half than she was in the first. And it could pay dividends here. Working well with Spanstra. Gets it inside to Jones. Jones plays it across, and a missed touch. Otherwise, Jordan Taylor could have been in. Taylor does well to turn her defender. Works away in the box top for Pinto. Pinto unloads. Aguirre with the save. Sanchez misses the hat trick. The offside flag was up, so it wouldn't have counted anyways. Beg your pardon, it was Spanstra who missed the opportunity. Jordan with that missed touch, but she did well to turn her defender. It opened up the space for Pinto. It was a good shot, an even better save. And Spanstra offside on the rebound, perhaps sparing her blushes that she put that well wide with the goal gaping. As now the USA is getting ready to make what I believe is a triple change. 3 U.S. players handing in their substitution cards. The interesting rule here from the second annual NTC Invitational is that you're only allowed to stop the game 3 times to make substitutions in the second half. However, when you make those substitutions, you're allowed to make more than 1. Any substitution made at halftime does not count against that rule. As Harbor takes the space, and it's off of her last. Coming over in cover was Yokoyama, and she played it off of Harbor. And that will be Harbor's last action of the evening. Waiting for her number to be called, though. As Rachel Jones's night is done, did everything but score. Rachel Jones put herself in tremendous positions all night. Very unlucky that she didn't get on the score sheet. And Frankie Talaferri comes in. Talaferri, the one remaining player left over from the last cycle, at least for this tournament. Jordan Taylor also coming out. And she'll be replaced by Amina Ekik, a 15-year-old from Kentucky, plays for the famous Javanon Soccer Club. And Harper will actually stay in, even though it looked like she was walking toward the sideline. So 3 fresh new faces trying to spring the USA into action here as they're looking for a 3rd goal to get some breathing space between themselves and their CONCACAF rivals. Harbor with the throw-in. The U.S. have had the lion's share of possession in the second half. Can they make it count? Another break on here. The Mexican back line is wise to it. Yokoyama and co have done an excellent job in that center of defense. They were getting carved open early on, but they've really tightened it up at the back, especially in the center. A good turn by Ekik. Gets the ball back. Still going, Ekik. Trying to slide her way inside, and that was a tackle that had to be timed to perfection. Otherwise, referee most likely would have pointed to the spot. Ekik looking to make a real impression on the occasion of her first cap for the U.S. And the offside flag is up. Get out of jail free card for Mexico in the 67th minute. Another roll of the dice from Christopher Cuellar. He's going to send in 2 substitutions. Diana Anguiano getting set to check in. As well as Karen Bessaril. We'll have to wait for the ball to go out. Perhaps after this U.S. opportunity. Getting there first, but the pressure wins the throw-in for the U.S. And here comes those substitutions. StubHub Center rising up in the background. So here comes the first substitution. there's Anguiano, who's also part of the Guadalajara Academy. Here is Kieran Besseril. Plays for Lyon SFC, the 14-year-old. And now it's Mexico hoping the fresh legs will apply some pressure and perhaps get the ball off the foot of these USA players who've really been dominating possession. They've done a good job to keep them off the board though, Mexico. Ekic trying to change that. Nice ball, slid in. Ekic showing her vision there. Taliaferri was unable to get on the other side of her defender. She did a good job of shielding and letting Aguirre come out to get it. Ekic with a nice header inside to Pinto. Pinto gets it back to Ekic. Sanchez checking in. Torres wins the free kick. Delgado wanting the ball back at the exact spot where the foul occurred. As Torres clattered into from behind. Now the referee, is she bringing the ball back once again? Wasn't happy that Torres tried to play it before the whistle. Harbor's on this near side. Instead, it's played quickly into the middle for Pinto. Pinto trying to slide it through. It falls kindly for Pinto. Takes a shot, takes a deflection. But well positioned was Aguirre. Inside the final 20 minutes of normal time, the USA have dominated this second half, but have been unable to find the goal to try and at least start to kill off this game. As Alexia Delgado showed with her free kick, it takes just one moment to change the complexion of a match that at the time seemed to be all U.S. And the U.S. win their 6th corner kick of the match. Center backs getting forward. Martinez making a rear venture into the attacking area. Ekic in there as well. And it's going to be the captain to take an in-swinger from the far side. It's to the back post. Aguirre misses it, and it's an Olympico! 3-1 USA, and it's the captain, Terran Torres. And now they're going to whistle it off for a foul. BJ Snow screaming at the referee, "What are you calling?" Said that Aguirre was impeded. I don't think Aguirre had a chance whether or not she got pushed. As we take a look at the replay, we'll see if there is a foul. Looks to me like Spanstra went straight up there. And now Mexico on the attack. Flying into the far corner. BJ Snow can't believe it. And his side do have a goal kick, but Snow and co feel that his side should be breathing a lot easier after that ball was swung into the back of the net directly from the corner by Terran Torres. Jalen Howell getting set to check in for the Stars and Stripes. 15-year-old who plays for Real Colorado. referee spots the substitution. As it will be Taryn Torres to come off. And Taryn Torres giving her captain's armband to Karina Rodriguez. As Jalen Howe replaces Taryn Torres, who should be walking off with a goal to her name. And high fives from the coaching staff for Torres. Did a good job sitting just in front of that back line and being the linchpin between defense and attack. I was thinking about a shot. Nicely disguising that ball and playing it through, but unable to keep it in on this near side. And it's going to be a goal kick for the U.S. BJ Snow looking on. Vanya Garcia. Will she be the one to get the equalizer for Mexico, or can the U.S. kill off this game? Final 16 minutes. Normal time here at Glenn Mooch Marinick Field. Pinto dispossessed. Oh, a good challenge. And still pressing. As the U.S. continues, even though the player's down, and the space is opened up here. And it's a good recovery, and then cleared away. And Aguirre and her defender run into each other as the ball stays in bounds, played across, and cleared out at the top of the box. Pinto gets there. Still going Pinto. Tenacious work in midfield from Pinto. But every single one of her shots, unluckily, has gotten deflected tonight. Yokoyama getting caught in possession. And it was a clean challenge, and she was down for quite a while before being able to get back up. Still bundled over Yokohama. But Yokoyama looks to be okay. Another free kick whistled in favor of Mexico. Looked like advantage could have been played there. So we take a look here at Yokoyama. Bit of a heavy touch, taking too much time, and Ashley Sanchez winning the ball before slamming into her. So it was a fair challenge. The center backs have to move the ball much quicker than that. Or if nothing else is on, just clear their lines. Especially when Sanchez is lurking. A little header flicked on, cleared back out by Rodriguez. And now the back line is split open. And the breakaway is on. One-on-one coming in, sliding it past Aguirre. And the U.S. have the breathing space they crave. And it's no less than they deserve.
77.
Take a look here. And it's Sanchez with her hat trick. Coming in not at all bothered by Alma Lopez. And this time she slides it by Aguirre. She had Ekik coming in and she said, no worries, I'll take it myself. And Sanchez has the hat trick. And the USA have the 3-1 lead. Under 14 minutes to play. And the U.S. dominated the second half. Finally get their reward. And now as Mexico have to push forward even more, down 2 goals, it's really going to open up the space, and it's being witnessed here by the U.S. One-on-one against Aguirre again. Oh, so unselfish. Ekik still going, saved by Aguirre, and cleared out. And BJ Snow running his hand across his forehead, and I think that's one of the times he wants his players to be a bit more selfish. Harbor has done a great job to step into the passing lanes all night long. That ball floated over and smashed out of bounds by Alma Lopez. Harbor. Jalen Howe getting forward. And now Harbor can afford to take her time. Gets it inside for the hat-trick hero. Howe, Colorado native, plays it across into space. As Hernandez, who's had a quiet second half, fighting for that ball on the far side. U.S. trying to string passes together at the top of the box, perhaps a bit too intricate. And great press, though, to keep Mexico from getting away on the counter. Well defended, too, on that far side by Sydney Zandi. And Rodriguez is back in cover. Space and time for Ekik to turn. Wrong foot's her defender. Slides it through. And left off for Ekik at the top of the box. Started the move, but was unable to finish it. As Taliaferri, a great job to wait for Ekik to make that run into the lane. Tremendous hold-up play from Taliaferri. And then the New Jersey native played it across, and Ekik was there, and all she had to do was side foot into the net. Instead, she puts it over, and there's a player down for Mexico. I believe it's Yokoyama. But Ekik almost scoring her first goal on the occasion of her first cap, and that would have definitely handed all 3 points to the U.S. Taliaferri, once again, good hold-up play from her. Did a great job to get into that lane. But the one thing Ekik did was she continued her run. And that's the difference between the good players and the great players. Good players will make a pass, will stand there and admire it. Ekik made the pass along the wing and then made about a 35-yard diagonal dash into the lane and was just unable to finish off the move. But when you put yourself in those positions enough, the goals will come. As both teams able to get a breather as we're inside the final 10 minutes of normal time. But this injury will no doubt add some time to the end of this match. Still plenty of time for Mexico to get back into this one. By no means over. And the call from the field from the U.S. players is focus here, White. They know they have to finish the task at hand. Mexico doing well to keep the ball, looking for the early cross, crowded out by 3 white jerseys. As it was Espinosa who did well to muscle off a few challenges, but then tried to play that early cross when she had 2 legs right in front of her. Bollinger running over to take this goal kick. Playing it quickly out wide. Rodriguez coming forward. Rodriguez wearing the captain's armband since Torres' night is done. Clip Lord looking for the run of Taliaferri. Taliaferri, velvety touch to bring it down. And the referee says goal kick before Spanstra could get to it. And Ashley Sanchez will come off here in the 83rd minute. tremendous night for her. And Sophie Smith will come on in her place. The 14-year-old who also plays for Real Colorado gets her 6th cap. And Sanchez, the hat-trick hero's night is done, but she's definitely made her mark on this match as she now has 3 hat-tricks in her last 3 games for the U.S. Mexico continuing to pressure high. Safety first from Bollinger. The U.S. just too strong at the moment for Mexico, but they win it back. Delgado. And Alma Lopez goes down under the challenge from Talafieri. And it was a clean challenge, but that is one where your ankle will twist back. So you can see Lopez going to hit it. Talafieri gets her foot there and gets in front of the ball, and the ball going off her ankle as it goes forward. And that's where you twist it. So another stoppage in the 85th minute. You wonder how much time will be added on to the end of this match. On a day that started with an 8-0 romping for Japan over Canada. And Lopez trying to walk it off. Will have to come off and wait for the referee's permission to come back on. Talafieri's foot was a little bit off the ground, but she got all ball as she came in for the challenge.
Hey, fourth. She didn't even call a foul.
The ball swung in. Mexico just trying to get in the box. U.S. able to get it out. And Lopez looks to be okay. It's a more direct approach from Mexico now. As Harbor wins another throw-in. Now the referee telling BJ Snow that it was a foul because they took a free kick, and BJ Snow said, "Wait, she never even called a foul." And then Chesky came over and said, "Yeah, I did." So apparently it was a foul on Talafieri there. Jalen Howe floats it into the channel. Expertly weighted. And the space is on along the end line. It's cut back. It's still a chance to turn. Talafieri's shot is blocked. And Besserill just trying to clear her lines. Rodriguez under a little bit of duress, able to get the ball across to Howe. Make that Engies. Howe was in the middle waiting for the next ball. Instead, it's turned over. And Mexico running with just 2 players going forward against 4. And now more white jerseys get back to police the defense. And this late in the match, it's not bad to just send it down the line, let more players get behind the ball. It's been a frustrating night for Daniela Espinosa. And she plays for Monterrey's academy. Christopher Colliard telling me that she holds up the ball really well and brings others into the play. She can finish as well, but hasn't really had that chance tonight. Credit the U.S. back line for keeping very tight on her. As BJ Snow is preaching to his team in training this week, get on the players so that the first thing they have to do is put their head down. And they won't know where to go with it. And that's something that the U.S. has done well tonight. Talafieri turns. Flips it in. And just a bit too far. Aguirre has had an excellent game despite conceding 3 times. Scoreline could be a lot worse. Pinto wins the header. Rodriguez. Slid into the pocket of space, looking for the combination. And that ball played with that high arch is what allowed Mexico to get back and quell that combination. Minute and a half left to go, and the 4th official is about to signal how much stoppage time there will be. A long-range shot. Bollinger was well positioned, bobbled it for a second, but nobody was chasing her. Harbor cuts inside of Lopez. Oh, great ball to the far side. And it's opened up some space, clip back in the middle. Ekik brings it down. Ekik turns and is looking for the far corner. And a shot well wide in the end. But once again, good individual skill to create that half yard of space to get that shot off. And take a look, Ekik kills it instantly. The step over to elude Lopez and turn. And Yokoyama did just enough to stick a foot out and put her off. Ekik has done very well since coming in. It's the second half substitute. And it was a great run as well down this near side from Sophie Smith, who did a very good job of cutting in, baiting everybody to this side, and then slipping it over to the far side. It's Harbor making the run. This time she's even. Harbor brings it down. Has a step on her defender, slides it across just beyond Smith. Ekik! Well, she really deserves a goal for the way she's played. But this time it's over. The crossbars, there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time. As the ball cleared out right to Ekik, and she took it first time. Perhaps she had a second to take a touch and set the shot up. But looking for that opportunity. Ekik, really one of the players who sprung this USA offense into life, helped create that 3rd goal to kill off this game. As it has been all USA in this second half. On a clash of heads there. And we're going to see the first yellow card of the tournament, let alone the game. And it's going to go to Karina Rodriguez. A reminder that there is no accumulations of yellow cards, so even if Rodriguez gets a yellow card in the match against Canada, she'll still be able to play in the final match against Japan. Well, you can always expect a physical battle when these two teams meet. And even though Taliaferro is the only player on this roster who was a part of that 2013 CONCACAF Championship team who lost on penalty kicks to Mexico, it's still a measure of revenge for all these U.S. players, and great experience as well. Not only for these players to know what it's like to play in a USA-Mexico derby, but also for this coaching staff to evaluate what they've seen tonight. Both BJ Snow and Christopher Cuellar will go back to the drawing board and see what they've liked and what they didn't like, not only for the rest of this tournament, but for the training camps that are coming up as these two teams begin to prepare for the CONCACAF Championship, which serves as the qualifiers for the U-17 World Cup that will be held in Jordan next year. Dates and venues haven't been announced just yet, as it's Espinosa who took that challenge from Rodriguez. And she looks to be in some discomfort, and I believe that her number will be up on the board. As checking in for her will be Ciliana Torres. 14-year-old Chicago native who plays her club ball with the Chicago Sockers. As Torres needing help to walk off the field. Beg your pardon, Espinosa needing help to walk off the field. And now Celiana Torres makes her entrance into the tournament. So expect maybe another minute to be added on here in stoppage time, as 3 of the minimum 4 have already elapsed. And the USA do not want to have a nervy ending. Sophie Smith didn't disguise that pass enough. Ball falls kindly for Bollinger. Not her best distribution of the evening. But a good job by Zandy to rescue the situation and get the ball to the other end. So this one goes all the way back to Aguirre. Aguirre with some very impressive saves. It's made things a lot harder on the U.S. than they had to be. Almost made it easy for Ekic there, but it skips by her. Gets it back from Harbor Ekic. And Harbor was continuing her run, but Ekic was looking inside, perhaps trying to combine with Talafieri. Pinto has been tremendous in midfield tonight, really clogging the gaps and then not afraid to run right down the gut of this Mexican defense. Has tried her luck a couple times from the top of the box, Pinto. Every occasion a Mexican player has been able to get a foot in, but the U.S. doing exactly what they need to do here, work the ball down into their offensive corner and just kill off the rest of this clock. Of course, right as I say that, they get the ball to Howe in the center, and she plays it forward. The offside flag is up, but the referee waves play on as the ball goes all the way through to Aguirre before Sophie Smith could touch it. Aguirre's clearance. Harbor wins it. Talafieri turns Lopez. Gets it inside to Smith. Smith has it on her right foot, looking to curl it, takes a deflection. And good reactions from Aguirre, was about to make that dive and was able to correct herself and make an easy save in the end. This once again, it's Talafieri causing the problems. She's been combining well with Smith since both of them entered. And getting in front of that to make the block was Diana Anguiano. And that will do it, says referee Daniele Chesky. The USA open up their account of the second annual NTC Invitational with all 3 points, as an Ashley Sanchez hat trick is all the U.S. needed to dispatch of their rivals to the south as they run out 3-1 winners over Mexico. In the first half, 2 quick-fire goals from Ashley Sanchez, but an emphatic response came on the set piece from Alexia Delgado with a world-class free kick. However, Sanchez, with her 3rd goal of the game, killed it off as a contest late in the second half. The USA and Japan, the 2 teams to take 3 points today. Canada and Mexico back to the drawing board. And for now, we will sign off as it finishes the United States 3 and Mexico 1. I'm Mark Serber saying thank you for watching here on USsoccer.com.